And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, action-packed show for you today. We got 4 of our top expert contributors on the program, helping you win in any marketplace. We've got Doug Clark, our restaurant partner from Ours Creole, John Paul Drenna from the Design Cuts Lawn and Tree Service. Hurricane season coming up. We're going to talk about preparation. Brian Gordon with Tactical Society. Going to talk about your Second Amendment rights and how to properly conceal a weapon. And attorney Anthony Rickman in the house, the Rickman Law Firm, coming up here in just a moment. Before we do, we want to let you know about a hot listing that we've got here in Tampa Bay. Got a $1 million listing, another $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. This is a $1.159 million property, beautiful home in Carrollwood, gated community, and just a gorgeous property. Owner pride shining through. 5,253 square feet. It's a large home. You got 5 bathrooms. You get a gorgeous and estate-style home, estate with white trout lake. It's got a spiral staircase up to the second floor, large master suite, granite countertops, new appliances, pool, heated spa, large fenced-in corner lot. Great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. This is a gorgeous estate-style pool home in beautiful Tampa Bay at 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
And we got attorney Anthony Rickman in the house, the Rickman Law Firm. Welcome back, sir.
Brandon, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. A lot going on out there, and Peter Navarro got caught on the way to, instead of he said, just call me. Here's where I'm at. He had kind of opened up a dialogue with the FBI, and They decided to throw handcuffs on him, put the leg shackles and everything on him.
It's a crazy world we live in. We got the big primetime Bring Your Popcorn hearings tonight.
Yes.
We have DAs getting recalled. There's a lot going on in this world, especially in my world in the legal field. And then look, we have, school shootings or ramifications of that, the Second Amendment issues, the Congress trying to push laws in to restrict gun rights, the right to own guns, possess firearms.
Yeah.
And we see a lot more local arrests as a result of, some of these crackdowns on people making threats in relation to school shootings.
Really? So local arrest here too?
Yeah. We've seen local, national, law enforcement being a lot more proactive in things that they see that may be suspicious,
Right.
being very proactive in their investigation to hopefully prevent a circumstance like we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. That, it seemed like there should have been something that was preempting that.
Yeah, and there's always that second guessing. There's always that armchair quarterback, and there's always the going back and saying, what could we have done to prevent this?
Yeah.
And there's always the answer, well, let's take guns away from everybody.
Right,
It's
exactly.
not the answer.
No, it's ridiculous.
Not, taking guns away from people who have the right to possess guns, who are lawful, law-abiding citizens is not the answer.
Right.
Getting in front of it, mental health care, those type of things, that's the answer.
Yeah, culture, mental health, the video games that are so vicious today. And I mean, there's a plethora of things before you take, I saw a meme floating around. It's like the kid said, I was going to tell my teacher that it's actually my pencil that got the bad grade on the test.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at Chicago, you look at New York, you look at the cities with the strongest gun laws. What's happening? There's wars going on in the streets.
Yep.
Because bad guys are going to get guns. They're going to get bad things. They're going to do bad things. And if good people don't have weapons, don't have the ability to protect themselves from the bad people, then the bad people are going to take over.
Yeah, it's common sense, and then they roll out old Matthew McConaughey. I used to like that guy. Now, you know what, dude? You're going to get up there and on the pedestal and start talking about, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. No, we don't. There's a lot of other things we need to do before we start taking guns.
Well, it's the typical knee-jerk reaction. It's the let's get in front of this. Let's politicize everything when not everything has to be politicized. Now, look at Kavanaugh, for instance. You have somebody going to his house to kill him.
Yeah.
Where's the media on that? Where's the press conference on that?
Exactly.
Where's the left media saying, hey, somebody tried to kill a Supreme Court justice? Why? Because they want to influence politics the wrong way.
Yeah.
Why don't go take his gun away?
Because they're being lied to also, saying, oh, that's all abortion is going to be gone. You're never going to be able to get an abortion again because of these Republicans. That's not the case. They're just turning it over to states' rights.
It's it. And it's a crazy world we live in, and that's what happens when you have a leak of an opinion before the world can read the opinion.
Yeah.
And there's no outcry to stop to find out who leaked this opinion.
Right.
There's no outcry to stop the people who are politicizing the opinion, because what is happening, we're seeing everything's jammed down our throat, one side only.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, Anthony. We're talking with Anthony Rickman, the RickmanLawFirm.com, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And then also, remember back in when I believe it was around the holidays when that happened to be a black guy drove his SUV and ran down all the grannies in that, I think it was in close to Waukesha, Wisconsin, wasn't it? When
I forgot about that. I haven't heard anything about that in forever.
Right?
I mean, no one wants to talk about things like that.
So he took a vehicle and just ran it. So what do? Take everybody's cars? Whoops, you got to ride bikes now, guys.
Oh, look, and there was an attack recently with a knife. I mean, look, no matter what you do, I don't see guns are the big thing. Look, high capacity magazines. Obviously, the higher capacity, the more people can be killed by it.
Yeah.
But taking guns away from citizens who protect themselves, who have guns for lawful purposes, is not the answer to stop violence, because they'll find other ways to commit violence. People will use vehicles, use knives. Bad people are going to find ways to do bad things.
Right.
Whether it's with a firearm, or whether it's with a knife, whether it's a gun, whatever it is, they're going to find bad ways to do what they want to do.
Yeah. And a lot of it's the community. I mean, as a community, we need to step up and say, hey, look, we obviously see, if I'm a coach, if I'm you mentioned you're a baseball coach now, like if we notice there's that one kid that's kind of the outcast, maybe not on a baseball team because you're all somewhat of a family there, but in school, in that school setting or that after school setting where, hey, there's this one kid that's ostracized consistently, you got the kids picking fun of them, making fun, bullying, as a community, we need to stand up and say, look, let's identify this kid, let's bring him under our arms, let's get them into whatever Sunday school or whatever it is. Let's support each other rather than allowing that kind of thing to go on, because the guy, and then the same thing happened with that kid from Uvalde. He was putting out messages like, hey man, I've had enough, my life is worse, so I'm about to just make other people's lives worse.
Well, it's a rational approach. It's approaching an issue, an individual, and understanding this person has issues and addressing those issues individually, as opposed to coming down into society as a whole. And that seems to be the reaction that we get in this world, is that rather than addressing the individual circumstance, the individual person, what they want to do is people want to take rights away from everybody.
Yeah.
Not everyone's similarly situated.
Yeah.
And when you see a certain person engaged in a conduct, see something, say something, do something. Don't allow the person to continue to engage in this pattern so we have a result like Uvalde.
That's right. Now, Anthony, I'd like to catch up with you on some of these local stories too, just because most people are busy in their daily lives. But what happened with the serial killer case? What's going on there?
Yeah, this case is it's still in the process. Look, these cases take a long time.
Yeah.
When we talk about the hundreds of witnesses, the depositions, the hours of research, the hours of depositions, and these cases take time. Bottom line, he's sitting in jail. He's not going anywhere. And as the legal system progresses, as the case comes forward, we're eventually going to see a trial individually. But we've talked about it the last few times, is that evidence from all those other alleged crimes are going to come into each individual case. Mm-hmm. So the jury will hear that evidence to not show that a propensity, meaning that he did it here, so he did it here, is used to show modus operandi, meaning common scheme or clan, his motive, his identity, all those other factors unrelated to what's called propensity evidence, meaning that you've always done something, so you had to do it here.
Right.
So we're going to hear in each trial evidence of each individual other shooting.
Yeah. And then, of course, you had the Sussman case verdict, a week ago or whatever. What was your thoughts on that?
Which was Sussman?
He was the one in D.C. where they had the, most of the jurors were Democrats. They had donated to the Clinton campaign. It was about the Russia collusion, that Sussman case.
Yeah, I mean, and we talk about juries. I mean, juries are supposed to be, absent their political thoughts. Juries are supposed to look at the facts.
Right.
Rule on the facts of the case and make a ruling based upon the facts and the evidence. And a lot of times we don't hear everything that a jury hears. We don't know what goes into the decision-making process. I mean, you put 6 people in a room or 12 people in a room to make a decision on evidence presented. It's tough to say what goes into the actual mindset of the juror. When you're picking a jury, you want to try and dissociate their political beliefs, try and get to the bottom of it. But unfortunately, jurors are humans and sometimes not very honest with you in jury selection to see what their true motives or biases are.
Right.
And as a result, you get outcomes that you may not expect.
Right. Yeah, and that's probably what happened there. Is, of course, it's a very heavily Democrat-run area, but it seemed like they had pretty good proof to be able to bring the indictment forward, and the Russia collusion hoax that was perpetuated.
Well, look, I mean, they say you can indict a ham sandwich. I mean, just because somebody's going to get indicted doesn't mean that conviction is going to follow. An indictment, when you go from a grand jury, it's one-sided. The government's presenting all their evidence to this grand jury, and the grand jury is making the determination if there's enough evidence to move forward into a criminal case and draft what's called a true bill, meaning an indictment.
To at least hear the case.
Correct. Right? To reach that first prong to get into court.
Right.
And then ultimately it's up to the government to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there's enough evidence that the state's proven this crime has been committed.
Right. So you're local here in Tampa Bay. You're helping folks with criminal defense. What are the majority of your cases?
I have a wide variety of cases. My cases range anywhere from DUI to first-degree murder. I handle vehicular homicides, manslaughter charges, serious drug offenses, violent crimes, nonviolent crimes, thefts. I handle state and federal cases. Pretty much any type of criminal work I do. My job is not just representing somebody after they've been charged, but also being proactive. For instance, if you think you're going to be charged with something, if you've been approached by investigators, received a subpoena from the federal government, if you have a search warrant or the government's knocking your door, detectives on your door asking to talk to you. It's most important, in my opinion, to talk to an attorney early. The moment law enforcement comes and talks to you, the moment you get a letter from the federal government saying you're a target of investigation. I deal with cases from the onset all the way through trial, through sentencing. It's important to get an attorney at every stage of this case and have good representation throughout every stage of your criminal case.
Yeah, and if you get that letter and you get that approach, it's important initially what you say, right?
Without doubt.
Normally it's like, hey, let me talk to my attorney before I say anything.
Yeah, and reality is that can't be used against you. People say, there's always habits, if you have nothing to hide, why don't you just tell us everything? Well, that's not true.
Right.
Law enforcement is looking at this case for a reason.
Right.
And whatever you say can and will be used against you, even if you think that it isn't going to be used against you or it shouldn't be used against you. We don't know what they have on their side. We don't know what they're thinking, the basis of their investigation. You may say something to law enforcement. You think, hey, it's completely innocent.
Right.
But in their mind, it corroborates or substantiates something they're looking at to show criminality.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be important to talking to law enforcement. I advise my clients to never talk to law enforcement unless you consulted an attorney or you have an attorney.
That's right. Yep. All right, my friend, that's about our time for today. How do you want final thoughts, and then how do you want people to find you?
You can reach me at Anthony A. Rickman at therickmanlawfirm.com. That's my email. Therickmanlawfirm.com is the website. 813-999-0502, 24 hours a day. Law enforcement comes and finds you anytime. You can call me.
You're on Instagram, Facebook?
I am. The Rickman Law Firm, both on Facebook. I don't do Instagram, but I do have Facebook.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Good stuff. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, coming up, Brian Gordon in the house. Tactical Society. Our friend Brian Gordon, Guns and Gars is one of his brands coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. Any of our listeners out there, we'll offer you a 2% listing for the first 3 callers that reach out to the hotline, 813-917-1894. Call or text the hotline, 813-917-1894. Also, a great opportunity for folks out there looking for a part-time gig, maybe a side hustle, is Keller Williams Real Estate School, powered by Kaplan. Reach out if you'd like more information on how we have a free real estate school for you, online class, get licensed, and start referring business in, or maybe make a new career. 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com for our syndicated radio and TV show on 80 outlets worldwide, consumerqb.com, or our real estate website at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. And please follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram, Twitter, Getter, and check out our YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty. Make it a great day. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, always helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing. Check out our friends, Ramin Kazami. If you're thinking about getting your real estate property pressure washed, I highly recommend Ramin Kazami Heights Soft Pressure Wash right here in Tampa Bay. He does a great job. He's getting ready to do another round of our home. We get it done about 3 or 4 times a year, get a nice pressure wash done, keep the house looking good. Get those bugs off of the house and all that good stuff. Ramin Kazami Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing right here in Tampa Bay. HeightsSoftWash.com. HeightsSoftWash.com. And we'd like to feature our listings. 27641 Lincoln Place in Wesley Chapel. This is a beautiful listing. I love this property. It's just about 3.24 acre estate, pool home, gorgeous property, over 3,000 square feet, 27641 Lincoln Place in Wesley Chapel, 3.24 acre lot, so a large lot. You got a nice conservation in the back, just a beautiful, clean home. Owner pride shining through, gorgeous pool, breathtaking views of the conservation area, Butler's Bar, service area, screened-in pool in Lanai, minutes from the Grove, Tampa Premium Outlets, Wiregrass Mall, 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, Lincoln Place, Wesley Chapel. Hot listing from the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
And we also got vacant land available for sale as well. You want to buy some dirt. So, all right, Brian Gordon back in studio, Tactical Society. Welcome back.
Hey, man, thanks for having me again, man.
My pleasure. Guns and Gars. We want all the smoke.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. So that's awesome, man. So Guns and Gars. That's so that's your other brand. You got some cigars.
That's my other brand where I merged the gun world, those Second Amendment lovers.
Yeah.
For the guns and those that also love cigars, man.
Nice.
So you'd be surprised how many people love both.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man.
I know Dennis Prager likes them.
I'm gonna get him some, man.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets some Second Amendment cigars to him.
Yeah, nice, very cool.
Yeah, man.
And hey, here we go again, another school shooting, and then you get these leftists wanting to take away guns, take away your rights, and not addressing the mental health aspect, or let's look at the video games, the FDA, the violence in movies. It's unbelievable. It's just like their constant playbook. Oh, we got to take everybody's guns. We got to limit this, limit that.
Right, and we've seen this movie before.
Right.
You know what I mean? It seems like every couple of years we kind of go through the same thing, man. But it's very sad to see what's happening to a lot of these families that were affected by the gun violence. I don't want to minimize that, but at the same time, I think that is the symptom from what you said, from a lot of the things that you mentioned before.
Culture,
the movies, the culture, right? I see stuff like that. I ask questions like, how many people failed that kid?
Exactly.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, how I guarantee that wasn't his first time reaching out for help. You know what I mean? So, but again, man,
he was bullied.
Right.
I think it came out that he was bullied, and you see that stuff, and it's unfortunate. That's what kids do in some cases. But and that's the other thing that happened to our society years ago. Is like, back in the day, the principal would pull you in the office and paddle your ass with a paddle.
Right. And then we'll call your parents and tell you, and then you get your butt beat again when you got
done
home.
at home. Right. So what happened to all that, right?
I don't know,
and then
man.
they wonder why, with the wussification of our society in one sense.
Right.
But then the hardening of it on another with, certain types of music and, this and that, just the violence in the lyrics. And
right.
And then the video games, you get points for, Grand Theft Auto and some of those games. You get points for running over prostitutes and shooting.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But then they got to take good, honest people, guns and people that want to protect themselves. They want and by the way, look what happened in Ukraine. I mean, you had a foreign invader come in. People that actually had guns were standing up for their country.
Right.
And that could happen here.
Exactly. And then we sent billions of dollars over there. And guns.
Yeah, and it's not like we don't have an open southern border now where they're flying people into the middle of the state. Those people that get into the middle of the country, rather, are taking selfies, sending it back to the people that are on their way there, like 15 miles away, basically saying, hey, I made it, you can too, keep going.
Right. It's crazy, man.
Gang members coming through, fentanyl, drugs. So let's talk about some practical things people can do because you're a gun, you have your gun line, et cetera. You work a lot with Thomas King at Florida Firearms Academy.
Yes.
A great friend of the program. But what are some practical tips? What can people do to properly, first of all, load, hold, aim, and shoot, but just being aware?
I would say the first thing that they need to do is they need to sign up for the concealed weapon permit class.
Right.
That would be the first thing to do, because in that class you're going to learn all those things that you mentioned, and then after that you'll actually be licensed, a license holder to be able to legally carry that firearm. I think that's the first thing you need to do, and then also immediately after, get your family members, your friends, like get people that are close to you to also follow suit. I think that's one of the biggest things right now is we only have one person in the household that might carry that license. I think we need to get more people in the family involved in learning how to protect themselves.
Yeah, in worst case, if you do have to pull it, I got one of those insurances. I think it's something like Texas Legal Shield.
Yeah, Texas Law Shield. Yeah.
Law Shield.
Yeah.
Because if you do have to pull and shoot, then all of a sudden now they're going to arrest you. They're going to book you. They're going to take you in and treat you as a criminal because you pulled your gun and you defended yourself. So you got to have the people ready to go that know what to do in that position to defend you.
Yes, sir. Just like you have car insurance, you got to have some gun insurance.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Texas Legal Shield is the one I use, I believe, something like that. Texas Law Shield. So Brian, you also sell the vest.
Yes. So we sell bulletproof gear. We have the vest, and we also have the book bags for the kids. College kids, high school kids, middle school kids, whatever. Because we are seeing a lot of these shootings are happening in our school system, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids, unfortunately, when they are in these situations, guess where they're shot? They're shot from behind because they're running, right?
Right.
So I do sell that product, and that product on my website is called the Safe Haven.
What is the website?
OTSNation.com.
OTSNation.com.
Yep.
And that's where they can buy the book backpacks.
Yep, the Safe Haven backpack, and we have many they can choose from.
OTSNation.com. Yeah, and then hey, worst case scenario, if you're stuck in the corner, pull it out, put it in front of you, kind of like a shield, like you would see. What's the one? Thor is the one that has the shield.
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
use
that's
your backpack.
that's Captain America. I think it is.
Captain America. That's right.
Yeah.
Thor's got the hammer.
Yeah,
he's got the shield.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's something to think about, especially these days. And can you imagine being one of the parents stuck outside? They wouldn't let him in.
Isn't that crazy?
Man, they would have had to shoot me in the back. I would have been jumping that fence or something.
And and then even some of the stories you heard about the people not going in to protect the kids.
Right.
Teachers being put in situations, man.
Well, they called him off. I guess there was some kind of miscommunication. The head honcho, whatever, called him off by mistake. He didn't realize it. He thought it was some kind of hostage situation, maybe.
Right.
But anyways, yeah.
Bad business.
Yeah, bad
man.
Stuff, man. You gotta protect the kids. You gotta protect the youth. I mean, they're defenseless.
Isn't it crazy, B, how when we grew up and how things were and how it is now?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have to worry about that type of stuff, man. Like, we got bullied. We might have to fight when we got off the bus.
Right.
But you shake hands, You know, and you go home and you be friends the next day.
Yeah.
It's just, the world is definitely, it's different, man.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
That's right. Yeah. These kids, especially with the online bullying, the social media, these kids get ostracized and they're like, oh man, everybody hates me. They feel, suicide, depression.
Yeah.
The lockdowns caused a lot of it too. I mean, it's a very complex. Brian Gordon, OTSNation.com, Tactical Society, OTSNation.com, Guns and Guards. We're going to send Dennis Prager some cigars. Yes,
How
sir.
about that? Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, my pleasure. All right, we're taking a quick break. Coming back with more on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, Johnny, how are we looking down there? You all set? Okay. All right, you ready to go? Yeah. All right, everybody stand by.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Thanks for hanging out with us here, spending some time supporting the local economy by supporting the local show here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice. We talk to attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, all types of great, investor advice, financial advice, home service providers here on the show. And we do it as a way to serve the community and to be that consumer advocate. We want you to think about us as the hub of your financial wheel, the quarterback on that wheel, so to speak, so we can reach out to all of our expert contributors and help put you in touch with them no matter what you need in your daily life. Reach out, brimes@kw.com. You can submit email questions to brimes@kw.com. consumerqb.com is the website, consumerqb.com. And you can call us on the hotline, 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. All right, we like to feature our real estate listings live on air as well. We got a hot property here at 700 North Osceola Avenue, number 405. This is Clearwater. Beautiful property on the waterfront. So you've got the dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Intercoastal Waterway, 700 North Osceola Avenue. Unit number 405. It's a large 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You got 2 king-size master suites, bonus room, 1,593 square feet. And it's waterfront, right on the water there. You got a beautiful pool, saltwater pool, granite countertops, gorgeous property. You got a gym, private boat dock as well. Beautiful property at 700 North Osceola in Tampa. All right, here's one in South Tampa, 1605 South Georgia Avenue. This is South Tampa. It's in Hyde Park / Palmacia, kind of right on the line there in between both very popular communities. Hyde Park listing. It's in the Plant High School District, 1605 South Georgia Avenue in Tampa. This is a beautiful property, about 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, move-in ready. Between Hyde Park and Palmacia, Plant High District, stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, walking distance to Bay Shore, South Howard Avenue, Restaurant District, 1605 South Georgia Avenue in Tampa. And you can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And let's give a quick shout out to the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. And it's not a cookie cutter hotel by all means. This is a beautiful property. You got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant. You've got a huge beach. To walk all the way out to the Gulf is quite a walk, but it's a great time. Enjoy the beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort. Let Clyde Smith, he's the general manager, let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. And book directly, BilmarBeachResort.com. BilmarBeachResort.com. All right, we're going to the phone lines now. We got John Paul. He's owner of Designer Cuts Lawn and Tree Service. Hey, John.
How's it going?
Hey, doing well, my friend. Thank you. And yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Just working.
Excellent,
Every
excellent.
day.
Out there in the heat, getting it done, man. You're the backbone of America. The white collar, the blue collar workers out there, middle class America here, getting it done. Now we are in hurricane season, and the winds are blowing. I actually lost some roof tile the other day at my house for that little storm we had a week and a half ago. But what are you recommending for folks this time of year?
Well, I recommend if you got trees by your house that are not properly trimmed or dead wood in the tree, anything rubbing against your house, you see roots that are kind of above surface, that you kind of see air pockets underneath, that you can see are visible, give us a call. We'll come out and give you a free estimate and take a look at what you got going on. But it's when you have a tree next to your house that isn't properly pruned, or it has dead wood in it. That's all. Those are all missiles. I mean, it literally, when the wind starts blowing, put a branch right through your window, go through your car, go through your neighbor's house. So it's good to keep up with your trees. A lot of people don't think of it until it's through their living room. I was actually cutting a tree out of someone's living room a couple weeks ago. That actually uprooted because the root structure was pretty weak, and we got a lot of rain. Once the rain sat on the ground and the wind blows, it uprooted, went right through the house.
Wow.
So it's very important to have a local arborist come out, which we have one on team that comes out, takes a look at your trees. We assess your trees. If they need a nice trim, we give them trim. We always like to try to keep the oak trees. They are protected. You do need an arborist report to remove them. A lot of trees now, pine trees, but if they are in next to your home and it can actually uproot and go through your home, or something's wrong with the tree, meloderma, they have a bunch of different diseases they can have, beetle disease, then we go ahead and remove them away from the house.
Yeah, that makes sense. And folks, if you need tree service in Tampa Bay, John Paul is the owner of Designer Cuts Lawn and Tree Service. Designer Cuts Lawn and Tree Service, and yeah, that's a big part of the real estate experience as well. A lot of times, if trees are too overwhelming, they're dominating the landscape and the home. It really makes the home look that much more presentable if they're trimmed properly. John.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you have all the insurances, you've got the equipment, you get up there. I've seen you work. You've helped us out with our properties before as well. So you've got the equipment, you get up there and you're in that bucket truck and you got everything strapped up and doing everything proper.
Yep, we're licensed, insured, bonded, and we have a 100-foot crane. We got a grapple truck, bobcats, bucket trucks, and a whole crew to get the job done. We do a lot of storm work. We like to prep, our area before the storm. But if a storm hits, we take off to wherever it hits, whatever state, county, wherever it's at, we go to and try to help the people get their place back to normal. But people do not think about their trees until the trees actually have landed on their car or went through their roof. So it's always good, if you own a home, walk outside, take a look in your tree. If you see stuff hanging down low, if you see dead wood in the tree or stuff rubbing against your roof, get all that stuff away from your roof. Give us a call. That would be great.
Yeah, especially with solar. With solar also, blocking the solar, it's costing you money.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We do a lot of solar projects to where, it might be overhanging the roof and they're not getting enough light. So we go ahead and trim the trees back properly and get the light on the solar.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about chainsaws? If people are going to try to do it on their own, or what's a safety tip around chainsaws?
I mean, I will never say I don't recommend a homeowner to use a chainsaw. I do not recommend a homeowner to remove a tree. Anything can go south. It can go through the house. It can hurt him. If you're trimming a little palm tree branch or just trimming some stuff, definitely have two hands on the saw, some safety goggles. If you're always cutting a tree, you should always have a helmet on, because you never know, you might cut one branch and there might be a dead branch above it that's ready to hit you in the head. So definitely always be, very careful when you are doing tree work. A saw, if you're not using it with two hands, it can kick back and, slice your throat if it's in front of your face or cut you. So definitely, it doesn't hurt to have a professional come out there and take care of it if it is a bigger job. If it's cutting firewood and cutting something small that's below your head, I totally understand. But if it's up high, don't try to get on a ladder and tie off and then end up in the hospital. It's not worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And John Paul, how can folks find you?
They can find me on Facebook. They can find me on Designer Cut Lawn and Tree Service on Google, or they can find me through you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yep. Check him out online. We've been putting pictures up of his before and after jobs on Facebook. You got the stump grinding too, right? So if the stump's there, you can take the stump all the way out.
Yes, I just got my stump grinder actually back out of the shop. Everybody's been so busy with everything, but yes, it's back. Service is back up with stump grinding, so we are stump grinding again, and we'll be more than happy to take care of any calls and free estimates, no matter where you guys are located.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you calling in to the Quarterback Show. John Paul, folks, please reach out to him. Designer Cuts Lawn and Tree Service on Facebook, and also on consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, or we can just give you recommendations if you reach out to the hotline. brimes@kw.com. Just submit an email. We'll put you in touch. brimes@kw.com. 813-917-1894. Call or text the hotline. And we're taking a quick break, coming back with Douglas Clark. He's the owner of Ours Creole Smokehouse right here in beautiful Tampa Bay and Tarpon Springs. We're going to be talking with the owner, Doug Clark, here on the show. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Martin Gramatica, that is, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl winner. Lifeguard Imaging, lifeguardimaging.com, saving lives through early detection.
Thanks for having me, Brandon. Yes, that's what we're doing at Lifeguard Imaging. You come in asymptomatic, and that's what we do. You're being proactive. You're coming in. We do a scan from the neck to the pelvis. It's a full body scan. It's a 3D image of every organ, and that's where 90% of the deadliest cancers are, in our mid-region. So we can see everything. But for your listeners, we have a real good special. We have a $599 value, absolutely complimentary. They can come in for a coronary artery scan, which will give you their calcium score, 100% complimentary for your people.
Very cool. Hey, take them up on that offer, 813-917-1894. Call or text, complimentary scan, 813-917-1894, and check them out online, lifeguardimaging.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Thank you so much for spending some time with us on the show here. We greatly appreciate it. Supporting our show partners, over 40 different show partners, attorneys, CPAs, family law. If you got a divorce in the family and situation like that, we've got you covered. Estate planning, of course. I just had the great pleasure of being on Attorney Patrick Smith's show this past Saturday at 8 o'clock, and that was simulcasted on 14 different radio stations across the state. So, we've got some great referral partners here for you. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, we can put you in touch with some really good local area business providers, white collar, blue collar, everything in between. We can help you. We want to be that connector for you. So we appreciate that, those that do reach out to the show. And quick shout out for Discovery Golf Cars right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Online at discoverygolfcars.com for business or recreation. They've got the Star Easy Go Star EV Cushman. Talk to Ethan Luster. Now, Ethan is over at the Clearwater location, and then talk to his dad, Marty, over there at the other location in North Tampa. You can talk to them, and they offer financing, mobile repair, Tampa and Clearwater locations. DiscoveryGolfCars.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on those special offers and incentives. All right, hot property listing here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 4436 Keys Avenue in Spring Hill. This is a property property that is just a great opportunity for investment opportunity, rental opportunity. 4436 Keys Avenue. Jonathan, do we have that one in Spring Hill? That property 4436 Keys. That's a nice one. The great rental opportunity, owner-occupant opportunity in Tampa Bay. Also, 1211 North Parsons Avenue, commercial building in Brandon, completely renovated. Beautiful property, 1211 North Parsons Avenue. They spared no expense and did a lot of updates in this property once they purchased it. 1211 Parsons Avenue, 2,174 square feet, office building, 12 treatment rooms, doctor's offices, updated front desk, reception area, business located on a major road. Great opportunity for medical, dentist, office, chiropractor, professional, could be architect, attorney, real estate, mortgage, title office. 1211 North Parsons Avenue. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we're going to the phone lines. Doug Clark, Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official restaurant partner. Yes, sir. Doing great. How about yourself?
I can't complain. You know the old saying, if you did complain, who's going to listen? Your wife? She'll probably even tell you to just suck it up.
That's right. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to
hear it. Just keep your head down and keep moving and keep running and gunning.
Keep working hard.
Keep working hard. That's what we do. Trying to put food in everybody's mouths, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that here in Tarpon Springs. Ours Creole Smokehouse.
Tarpon Springs, Ours Creole. Have you heard of the term shrinkflation? Shrinkflation, tipflation?
A little bit, yeah. I think so.
Listen to this clip. This is something I grabbed from one of my podcasts I listened to called The Morning Wire, but I got a quick 24-second clip. Listen to this. I want to get your take.
Consumers are increasingly experiencing shrinkflation at the supermarket, with companies offering less product for the same price. A box of Honey Bunches of Oats went down from 14.5 ounces to 12 ounces. Angel Soft toilet paper downsized each roll by more than 100 sheets, and Bounty paper towels have dropped from 165 sheets per roll to 147. Gatorade also shrunk its bottle size by 4 ounces.
So, it's like as if inflation isn't hitting the consumer hard enough. You got these large companies saying, "Hey, let's short them a couple of ounces on this and on the toilet paper and the paper towels, and Gatorade's taking a couple ounces out."
Yeah, shrinkflation. I never heard that term. What we call it around here is highway robbery.
yeah, exactly.
So it's happening out there. That's kind of, we were just sitting here talking again a little bit, later, earlier today, and about what we do here on our menu, and to counteract that, what's a good way to do it? Just like when we did it, for the, during the pandemic, value for your dollar. That's what we stress here, and.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the beef, we got all this beautiful animal from a 5-generation farm, Ruth Family Farms out there in Missouri, and you come here and we were serving almost a 3-pound pure black Angus T-bone, and for $35 I think we put it on there.
Wow.
You go anywhere else, you're going to pay $100 or something like that, and. When I say the quality, I know, this is a biased opinion, but, I've been doing this for quite a bit. And the marbling, what these guys do, and, the farm, his name's Doug as well, Doug Ruth, and, what they do for their family and their farm, it's pretty remarkable to be able to have that product in our hands and, and give, we're going to give more for the value and not charge as much either, and, with the shrinkflation, we were just talking about it the other day, and it's kind of hard for us to gauge it, but, I swear that we've been flying through trash bags. I was like, man, I just feel like there's, less rolls on in this case. It's just,
right.
I've never gone through this many trash bags. But, we run a lot of trash here, but, there's a certain par number that we, try to keep around. The one thing you don't want to run out of is trash bags, but I just feel like we're, flying through it, and it's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
100%. I believe it.
Yep, you're seeing it everywhere. And you're getting hit at the pump, you're getting hit at the wallet, you're getting taxes. Going to be going up big time in a couple of years. And once that, I believe, I think it's the Trump era tax cuts end up, sunsetting or whatnot. But yeah, consumers are getting hit hard, man. They're looking at it. Now, what are you seeing on your supply chains?
A lot of shortages. A lot of, you'll have something specific, and then it'll be gone. You'll look for a substitute. It's just it's very inconsistent on certain products that we were getting. And I've kind of moved away from some of these items because it's just inconsistent. Now, is that shrinkflation? Is it labor? Is it not having enough money to produce the product? I don't know. I'm not behind that. That wheel. What I'm driving is this restaurant, and when you're ordering a specific thing and it's so many different items, it's not hard to just put your head down and look at the item and say, well, this isn't the same as last week.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that's kind of a little bit, inconspicuous, but in the news, you saw different, people covering it, but it was some of these food processing plants getting hit by small engine aircraft or fires, and it just seems to be, just a little bit, conspicuous.
Yeah, it's out there. I try not to, dwell on it too much. There's nothing I can really do about it. I say that, there is, but, what am I going to do? Just sit here and, just talk about it, or am I just going to say, okay, I'll find this, I'll go get this. We get fresh chicken, we get all that stuff in here, and everybody's asking about, what's going on. It's like, well, I don't know what's going on out there, but I know the product that we're getting in is that, we know where it's going from. Doug Ruth, he these guys, I'll go back to the beef, or the chicken that we're getting, the ribs, our baby back ribs, we had to raise them up a couple dollars for our special, but, there's more meat. These are like 3 pounds and up, and we know where it's coming from. We know who's touching it. We know who's processing it. It's coming from the farm to the restaurant, and, you can't get any cleaner than that.
Yeah.
When the farmer can tell you the baby of the the cow that we're eating or trying to sell, then that's huge. To me, that's huge. It's just like growing your own vegetables in your garden, picking them, cooking them, grilling them, doing whatever you want to do, and just to be able to put that quality product in somebody's hands and not really worry about what's going on in the rest of the world, because there's small farmers out there that are getting hit pretty hard as well, and it's just to be able to help them and have them help us to help the people in the community I think it's a really great story, and hopefully the people enjoy it. I think we've been selling a lot of beef. We're thinking about doing it, and I think I'm gonna do it is I see what they're charging at grocery stores, but we're cutting our own steaks here. I was like, so we're just gonna put a little cryovac on it, seal it, date it, sell it out the door here, do a little Father's Day special, put some of those porterhouses and T-bones and beef ribs in your hands, and we're not going to be open on Father's Day, but what better way? I'm a father of 3, and to be able to get a piece of meat like that and not have to worry about the price and or anything like that, or the quality. We know where it's at, and you can take hours from here to your house and spend hours with your family, like we like to call our guests here. It's like the whole theme behind the name is ours. We're here, we're a family. Hopefully, when you come in, you get treated like a family. If not, we'll, let us know. We can figure out, the problem. I'll use last Sunday for an example. We dropped the ball on a table. I'm not going to lie. It was our mistake. And, a Sunday brunch, we were super packed, super jammed. And, we only do it once a month. A lot of people make reservations for it. Like we're almost full in August. We're not going to be open before July. But, we dropped the ball, and, the table wasn't very happy, and there was nothing we could do. We couldn't solve the problem there and that. And we gave them a call the next day and say, listen, I just want to let you know we apologize. And, we offered them a couple $100 gift certificates, bought them a bottle of wine, say, listen, it's not what we're about. That was our fault. We're sorry we screwed it up. And that's where we're at.
That's a big deal.
We owned up to it.
That's right.
She was just super happy that we called, too. She couldn't express enough, like she did not expect the phone call. But, when it's your fault, it's your fault. And, we did it. We dropped the ball. And, we're man enough to say it.
310 East Tarpon Avenue in Tarpon Springs, 310 East Tarpon Avenue in Tarpon Springs. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Doug Clark on the line here. Doug, we got about 40 seconds left or so. Do you want to plug your website, plug your Facebook page, any events coming up?
Yeah, man, check us out on especially Google, our live events. We've got live music every weekend, see who's playing, a lot of local bands, a lot of people, Sarasota Slim from down south, obviously, Sarasota, but, Slim Dog, we call him. He's a great blues musician band. ourscreole.com. Check us out. Menu updates. Just look at the date on there. We change it every day. We got some beef ribs rolling on the smoker. Today we're showcasing the summer of grilling and smoking here with beef. A quality product. You come check it out. You guys won't be disappointed. And there's a lot of love and a lot of flavor. And if you can't recognize that when you come in and you see the plate in front of you, and knowing that there's a hardworking family behind it, then I don't know. But there's a lot of passion and a lot of love that goes into this plate.
All right, Doug, thanks so much, man. Well, keep up the good work out there, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Come get some beef, man. Come get some beef.
I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna get me some. Ours Creole Smokehouse, official restaurant partner, Consumer Quarterback Show, Doug Clark. I want to say thanks to attorney Anthony Rickman, Brian Gordon, and John Paul as well. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.